I'm your host, Mike Gambino, and I'm here with Seth, the producer of Darkness 2. Seth, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. Good to see you, Mike.
Bright and early. Can you tell us a little bit about Darkness 2?
Yeah, Darkness 2 is obviously a first-person shooter as a sequel to Darkness 1. And it's set 2 years after the events of the first game. You play as Jackie Estacado one more time, coming back in with your sort of the head of the mafia and at the same time in control of demonic powers, ready to shoot some dudes and slice them up.
So not only are you a kick-ass mobster, you are a demon.
Well, it's sort of a symbiotic relationship with the Darkness. The Darkness is an ancient entity of chaos. It claims to have been in the Garden of Eden with Adam and Eve. You know, it claims to have been, super, super ancient and powerful. And it is very, very powerful, but it always has to have a human host. So right now, Jackie is the human host. He's been the host since his 21st birthday. And he and the Darkness have a really adversarial relationship. Like, it is sentient. But it still allows him to control it in order to cause more carnage and chaos, which is something it likes anyway.
Now, is there any upgrades from the first one? Or what's different between Darkness 1 and Darkness 2, like the fans could relate to?
Right on. So, the end of the first game, you remember there was a cinematic sequence where the demon arms kind of went crazy and they were biting people's heads off and slicing people in half. And we just took that as inspiration for Darkness 2 and said we should be able to do that at all times. I should be able to control that myself. So that was where quad wielding was born. We actually have 4 weapons under your control at all times. So we have a 360 controller here right now. So both of the triggers control the dual-wielding guns, but you also have on the screen the demon arms. The right bumper controls a slashing demon arm, allowing you to, cut a guy's head off, slice his leg off, or just knock him out of the way. The left bumper controls a grabbing demon arm, so you can pick somebody up and, say, pull him in half, or maybe throw him at his friend, or pick up a car door and use it as a shield. All 4 of those weapons are available to you at all times, and that just makes the combat really fast-paced. You never have to wait to reload. You can reload while you're slicing somebody in half. You always have something to do, so the action is really active.
So gore is more.
Gore is more. That's part of why we went with the art style that we have, because there's sort of a joy to the gore.
Of course.
When it looks like the graphic novels. It looks like the Darkness comic books that inspired the game. And the Darkness comic books, they're not warm and fuzzy. They're filled with violence. It just feels right. It feels right for the visuals.
And I, from playing the game a couple of minutes ago, you did not leave out any bit of detail in the gore.
Nope. It's even when you one of the finishing moves you can do, one of the executions with the demon arms, you grab one guy by his foot, and then the other demon arm grabs the other foot, and you pull him apart directly in half, crotch the head. And if you look at it's called the wishbone. But then if you look at the body parts that are on the ground, it's anatomically correct. You can see the rib cage, you can see the backbone. We put the guts in right. So
yeah, I saw when I sliced somebody in half before, all of his innards just fell out.
Yep.
And it was definitely interesting.
Well, I mean, it's part of the fun. Part of the fun. It makes the game fun.
So this isn't just, this is just for what is this rated? I have to ask.
We're actually not rated yet, but we're not going for E for everyone.
Of course.
It's not for the kids. It's definitely it's an adult game.
And it definitely fits the gamer aspect. If you know how to use a remote, and it's very, very simple controlling at that, you know how to play this game. Is there anything else you'd like to add in? When is it release?
Yep. Darkness 2 is out for PS3, PC, and 360, February 7th of next year.
All right, so stay tuned for Darkness 2, which comes soon. Well, you said February 7th. February 7th, so stay tuned to that. And Seth, thank you for everything. All right, this is your host, Mike Gambino, and this is The Take, and this is Darkness 2.